dharashini from BBA LLB. I am going to explain about the concept of Potter's diamond model. So, the different schools have thought about the Potter's diamond model in two perspectives. First will be the economic perspective and then the management perspective. So, management perspective is seen more than the economic perspective. So, why should a nation be competitive? There are two reasons that a nation to be competitive. First is that it must attract the investment. It must attract the investment from indigenous firms or firms within the inside or outside the country. If it attracts investment, it increases the economic growth by increasing the business growth. So second is that if the economic growth is more, it will create a brand for the nation. That if the brand is high, it will create the nation as the most favored or the most popular nation. So by this, the country where the nation would be in a geopolitical area. So to understand this, the Potters has helped us to understand that why certain nations are more competitive in certain industries. Like why German is more competitive in cars and why Belgium is more competitive in beer. So there are four factors, sources of factors, which helps us to understand the why certain market areas are more competitive. So there are four parameters. That is, first will be the factor condition, and the next will be the demand condition. The third will be the related and supporting industries. And fourth will be the firm strategy and rivalry. So all these factors are interrelated. If all these factors are favorable, then it will make the domestic companies to push towards the innovation. So what are factor conditions? Factor conditions are the resources which may or may not present in the home country. So there are two basic factors. There are two factors, namely the basic factors and advanced factors. Basic factors are the natural resources like climate, minerals, oils that are present, that may be or may not present. It does not create a international. It may be a ground for international competitiveness, but it does not create a real value of output. So for this, there are also advanced factors. The advanced factors are human resource. And the research capital, etc., are under the advanced resources, which are specific only for certain industries. So for a basic factor to be more competitive, the advanced factors are also needed. So the advanced factors create a ground for competitiveness in the country. So the next will be the demand condition. So, if the local market has more demand and has a larger market than the foreign market, it will emphasis on the improvements. Likewise, the local market has created a competitiveness in the nation. So, for example, the Japanese has a tradition of having the electrical and electronics than the Western. So this has the successful in a particular industry like electronics. Thus, it has improved their market through the competitiveness. So then moving on to related and supporting industries. First, the internationally competitive suppliers and the related and supporting industries are one of the important factors. According to Porter, the success of one industry depends on the success of the other related and other supporting industries. In recent times in the economics, the supplier plays a crucial role. That is, they play a crucial role in making the industries to move towards the innovation, and it helps to make any improvements, thus making the competitive advantage within the industry. Then moving on to the firm strategy and rivalry. The internal environment in which a firm is established determines how firms are created and structured. The structures of the firm are influenced by the various factors, namely the social, political and economic factors. These factors create a strategy in this industry. So the competitiveness between the firms of the same industry can be determined by the domestic rivalry. The more intense the domestic rivalry, the more it will push the firm towards the more growth and more innovation. Thus, in automobile industry, in Japan, the Tata Nissan can be cited as the perfect example for the firm strategy and rivalry.